Hello, Keith here from Math, Fun and Games. We're playing MBT from GMT Games. We're doing scenario 2, and if you want a copy of the rules that shows which rules I'm using in the table of contents, click in the link below. Pretty much I'm using the rules as they are, except I remove the anti-tank guided missiles, and there are other rules I haven't implemented yet. Keep it simple. Okay, so first we have the spotting phase. Who is spotted and who is not? Things are starting to get kind of interesting. So let's start, I'll go left to right, top to bottom. So left, these two units over here are spotted. These two units are spotted. How about these two in the corner? I'm not so sure about that. These two units in the corner are not spotted. Yep. So I can eliminate the spotting marker from that. Okay, don't have to worry about that. And these two are spotted. These two are spotted. He, right here, I'm not sure. I don't think he is. Well, I'm just going to draw a line of sight and just check. He might be spotted by this one, right? Right there. That's a good spot. So all these in here are spotted. This unit back here, I guarantee, is not spotted. Spot fire removal. Oh. Okay, there you go. Those units are definitely spotted right there. Those units are spotted, and those units, it's kind of hard to tell. Let's see here. It might be spotted by them. Yep, they're spotted. So I think everybody is marked spotted who is actually spotted. They're in a gully, so they are not spotted. I can put them, move the spot, move marker. Anybody am I forgetting here? That unit right there, those two are not spotted. And I don't think those two are, these two right here are spotted. Just pull back a little bit on the map. Yep, those two are not spotted. So how about those? Those are definitely not spotted. All right, so that's the spotting phase. Now we go to the command phase. How many units do the NATO forces have on the board? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17, 18, 19, 20. So that gives the Americans how many commands? They have 20 units. Let's see. Okay, B chart B. So that would be 12 commands. The Americans have 12 commands. How about the Russians? We have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. So the Soviets have 15 units. and they will get 9 commands. So the Americans have 12 commands, the Soviets have 9 commands. I'll go ahead and place the Soviet commands first. So let's see what we're doing here. Okay. So this unit right here, these two, well, they're staring down that tank, and they have significantly less armor. And they also don't have a lot of firepower to face any tank in the front. So that's kind of a bad spot for them right there. So I'm going to do a short halt. That way they get the benefit of moving, and they also might be able to take a shot at somebody. So let's do that. Okay, so it's a short halt for them. Now I'll move this down to game markers, no snap. Okay, so how about these infantry units? Now they can either do GP fire, which that's going to be new. GP fire is going to be new. I'm also going to let the tanks do GP fire here, I think. So they can do GP fire, or they can do close assault. And I have 2 vehicles here, 2 units here. I have the vehicle, and I have the heavy machine gun. So I think I'm going to have to use, well, let's see, let's do this right here first. So I'm going to add a fire command for those 2. I'm going to have movement command for this one here. Let's see. So that gives us 1, 2, 3. I think I'm going to do a movement command for this small group. And it gives me 1, 2, 3, 4. How about that unit? So I got 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to give these units as a group a fire command. Because it's a target-rich environment. And I'm going to give all of these units right here fire commands. So I can group these 2. And I can do a fire command on that unit separately. So how many commands do I have out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means I can give a command to this unit down here. They're in full cover. But I'm going to put them on Overwatch. Excellent. Okay. So that's it for the command phase. Now for the initiative phase, I'm going to roll for the NATO forces first. They get 72, the Soviets get 94, so the Soviets can fire first. And the Americans are having a lot of fire coming in. All right, so I'm going to back off. And this is going to be a long range shot. But let's see if I can do a 16. I'll look at the Soviet vehicles and see if it's worth it. T-72. Okay, range is 16. That's medium range. That's not too bad. Oh, shoot, wait. I didn't do the American commands yet. Okay, Americans have 12 commands, so right here we're going to have fire commands for those right there. Okay. Oh. I'm going to give them a short halt. This group right here. it will unload it anyways. I'm gonna give them a I'm gonna give them a move command because I need to unload those soldiers before that tank gets blown up. They're gonna get a move command. So I got 1, 2, 3. These two on the left. I'm gonna give move command. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I got 2 units over here. I'm going to give a fire command to that whole group. I'm going to give a fire. And then I got this unit over here. I'm going to actually give them a move command. I'm going to try and move them into close combat. See what happens with this squad right there. So how many commands do I have out for the Americans? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 more commands I can use. I'm going to have some more movement here. Going to have some more movement here. I'm going to put, we're just going to put them on Overwatch over there. Should they be in Overwatch? Well, yes, because they saw movement in this area right here. So they're going to be put on Overwatch to see if these guys move forward into this area over here, even though they're not. But all right, let's see if there's any other commands I want to give the Americans. Okay, that's it. Now, normally I wouldn't. Normally you would. I'm good. Just going to re-roll initiative now. NATO 74, Soviet 36. Okay, so NATO has. I re-rolled the initiative because I forgot to do all of NATO's commands. So, well, I didn't put anything. Okay, so here we go. So, fire phase for the Americans. So over here we have these two right here. And they're each going to fire at the vehicle that's right in front of them. So at this guy, I want to check a range over here. Against him. Yep. So they're each going to fire at the unit immediately opposite them. And so let's go. So we got medium range. Oops. We got medium range, no target size, target's not moving, target's in light cover -1. And I think that is it. So I need to get 45 to hit. We go the left unit and the right unit. And that was a 7. So that hits, and that's track hit. Don't even have to check. Damage. Track hit, because that first digit was a 0, which means it's a 10, which means it's a track hit. Now I got to roll for right click, delete. I want to change, remove all the spotted markers off the board, right? Except for him, he just fired. Okay, which is good. I don't know why that one stayed, but it did. So he's gonna fire at them, the track. Now I got to roll to see if 85, so the crew doesn't bail out. Then the next shot for the next unit, 95. So that's a total miss. So I can remove this fire marker. And they have a fire spotted marker. Huh, how's it doing that? I don't know. Anyways, let's go on. Who else can fire? We have Overwatch, but that's it. Now let's go into the town where things get interesting. We have all kinds of possibilities. So we have these units right here. This group of units. So this group of units, the leg unit, it's HMI unit. So let's look at the American leg units. heavy mechanized infantry. Gunnery range, point blank. So over here we have heavy mechanized infantry, gunnery range. Point blank range is 1 to 2 hexes. The firepower is 10. And what do I have for? And they have light anti-tank weapons. So they can also fire using the AP chart on that vehicle right there. But I'm going to let this tank, one of these vehicles, take care of that. So this unit's just going to use fire at those units over there. So now we're going to use the GP chart for the first time. Okay. And we have GP fire. Open this one up a little bit over here and move it across because we have to see all this. Okay, so the GP fire mark, is it a vehicle? No, it's not a vehicle. Is it a crawling leg unit? No. Is it a leg or towed unit over a wall? No. Are they in railroad track? No. Are they doing a short halt? No. Is it sure damage? Is it sure suppressed? No, no. Thermal imager. Any barrage? It's not barrage. Overwatch. Ammo limit. Heat haste? No. Not defensive fire. Not pinning fire. Dual fire. Hasty entrenchment. Coax airburst. ATGM under fire. Nope. NATO and shooter grade. Now, isn't there a modifier for the terrain? Let's see. I don't see any modifiers for terrain. All right, I'm going to take a break because I would assume that there would be a modifier for the terrain. Well, if there's not a modifier for the terrain, what you do is you find the firing GP factor, right, which in this case is going to be 10, the 10 column right there. And then you find the defensive factor. So we'll do that. This, and let's see what the defensive factor for the Soviet unit is. So the Soviet unit looks like an HMR, maybe. Let's go Soviet leg units. Yep. Heavy motorized rifle squad. And you'll go kind of the defense factor. So, okay, yeah, here it is. These are the defensive information right here. So normally they would have a defense factor 2, but they're in cover. So they're in buildings. Let's see if there's a difference between stone buildings and wooden buildings. Brickwood stone. Okay, let's see what kind of buildings we have over there. These around. So those look like wooden buildings. So wooden buildings give a light modifier. So a light modifier over here, light cover, is 4. Right? So that improves the defense by 4. So that means the coverage is 4. So we go to this chart and we get 10 to 4, 10 attack factors, 4 defense factors. So we're going to be right here. So what this is saying is if it's 24 or below, if it's, you want to go higher or lower? I might have to pause this for a minute. Let's see. Oops. I'm going to try to narrow it in right there. So we're using that 4, and I'm going down 10. I know N stands for no effect, and S stands for suppressed. So I guess if it's higher than the S, I'm going to look it up. All right, so I actually rolled So it's paused. And I rolled the 99. Actually, I rolled the 95. I don't know why I rolled them. And that's greater. That number was greater. Go back over here. Greater than a 62. So that reduces the unit that's being attacked. Now, if it's 28 or less, it's going to be no effect. 62 to 29, it's going to be the unit being fired on suppressed. And if it's higher than that, the unit's going to be reduced. So I'm going to go to the combat effects summary. And it's going to be small arms. We want small arms versus leg units. Let's see. Hand to hand, non-small arms. Close assault, non-small arms. There's GP versus leg or tote. So it's GP combat with the listed results determination. Okay, I believe that's it. Let's see if there's another chart. GP. And the rest is all vehicles. Versus terrain. All right, very good. Back to the rule book. All right, so I just wanted to see if this squad right here was suppressed, and they are suppressed, so I have to put suppression on them. Okay, so they're reduced to a half squad, and they're suppressed, and that right there has fired. So now I got this stack of units right here that needs to fire. The only target it has is right here. And I gotta see how I can how I break these up. How does that? Okay, so the key is, let's go to that chart. The GP, or general purpose fire phase, there's a separate fire phase for general purpose and for armor piercing. Let's go across over here. Then let's go right here. All right. So you got the indirect, but we didn't do indirect. Then you got the direct fire combat step. So we didn't do indirect, we did direct. All right, so now I have to pause again, and I want to see if... Okay, so each unit fires separately, individually, and they're going to have a fire command. So I have 4 vehicles. I have 3 M113 half tracks, and I have the tank. The tank is going to fire at the armored car, and the 3 half tracks are going to, not half tracks, but the 3 113s are going to fire at the section unit with the heavy machine gun. So first I'm going to do the tank unit. So it's going to be point blank range. It's going to be in an alley. Now, the vehicle is considered in an alleyway, unless I specifically say that the vehicle is going to try to enter the building. So I'm going to check this chart. Go up. Alleyway. It's light cover. All right. It costs 2 to move around in that, actually, in the alleys. So it has light cover. Point blank range, light cover. No target size modifier. Well, actually, is there a target size modifier? I don't know, because that's the Soviet armored car. And there is no target size modifier for the BTR 70. Okay. So I'm back here. No target size. Target's not moving. Is the target moving? Did I give it a move or a short haul command? Target has a fire command. Good. Target is in light cover, which means there's a -1 modifier. And I believe that's the only one. So it's going to be point blank range -1. So I'm going to need 81 for my tank to hit that armored car there. And 34, so it hits. So we see the location. So what location is a 3 from the front? Turret front. So it's turret front hit. And of course that's going to penetrate because let's go to wheeled, not the wheeled vehicle. It's not a Humvee. It's track. M60AV. It's going to be a penetration of 110. So BKR 70 front, turret front, and 3. So it's going to be 110 to 3. So it's definitely going to penetrate. And now we check a 4. So what damage does a 4 do on it? Over here. And that's KO, so it's knocked out. So move that to the left. So it's right there, and it's KO. Now I gotta check for crew bailout. So unit there. Can I do crew bailout with that unit? Those 2 units have to be on top. Let's go to the bailout chart. So knocked out. Nope. So the crew's gone. Okay, so that's good firing for them. So I'm going to mark that with a spot fire marker. Now I have 3 armored cars against this squad. Should I go again? It's this section size unit. And it's going to be GP fire. I'm going to take the one at a time. I'm going to take these vehicles. So it's a 113. So we're going to do GP fire. It's firing with its heavy machine gun. It's going to be point blank range 2. So the range is 2, which is point blank range. And the firepower is 3. The target is in light cover. So we go to the unit, the leg unit, and we see light cover. So I want to see a section. So all the leg units have basically the same cover. So they have a cover rating is going to be 4 for them. And my fire is going to be 2. Oh, I mean 3. So offense is 3, defense is 4. Up here. Any other modifiers? Nope. Any other modifiers that could apply? Right, so it's 3 against 4. So we got 56 and 83. So we get 83 or above to, no, above 83 to eliminate that section. 57, 283, they're just suppressed, and anything else is no effect. We got 98, so that section is eliminated. And since all those armored cars were firing at the same target, all their firing is done. I have to mark them all fired. See if I can get that whole hex in. Right click, spot fire. All right. So this weapon, oops. So that section is eliminated. And delete that. All right, I'm just going to assume that the weapon itself is eliminated. This fire marker, and that's going to be it for that hex. Let's see if I got a fire marker. Nope. Okay, so my firing's done for them. I can put this KO tank back there. Now, who else has fire? This unit right here has a short halt. So let's pull back. It's a short halt. I can fire at one of these. Or I can fire at this guy right here. 2, 3. So that's short range. 3, 4, 6. This is short range, but it's a front target facing. This is this is point blank range, front target facing. This right here is short range, but it's a front side target facing. I'm going to try point blank range, front target facing. Stabilization, the only modifier I see is stabilization. And stabilization modifier for the M60A3 is a 2, so it's going to be -2. So that'll be point blank range -2. Let's go over here. Point blank range 90, so I need a 72 to hit. I got 38, so I did hit one of these vehicles. I have to check for hit location. I believe that's turret front. So I'll go down. Fired from the front. So that would be turret front. Now, if I had done the other attack, it would have also hit and would have been turret side. So if I get a turret front hit, I have to check the penetration factor and armor at that level. Turret front, penetration factor, 110. Turret front armor is, from the front, is 90. So it does have an effect. I believe 8 is a brew up. Let's see. That will really affect things because that adds brew up smoke now to fire into, out of or into that hex. Yes, 8. So 8 is a brew up. So I'll brew one of the tanks up. Just take the tank at the very bottom and brew it up. Boom. All right, let's get everything back. So that was a nice moving shot. I'll flip that over to its smooth fire side. And I want to give it spot fire. All right, so that's that fire. I think that may be it for the American fire phase. Yes, it is for the American fire phase. Now for the Soviet fire phase. So these units right here are firing back at that infantry that fired upon them. So they're half squad and they're suppressed. So we'll go to Soviet leg units. So it's a half squad, point blank range, so its firepower is going to be 6. And my defenders are in the buildings, which are light terrain. So 4. So it's going to be a 6 to 4 plus any modifiers. So 6 attack, 4 defense in the GP chart. Just right there. Any modifiers? Shooter is suppressed. So it's going to be minus 20 to the dice roll. And column 6, line 4. Let's get that right where I want. Okay, so looking at column 6, line 4 here. Shooter is suppressed, so I'm going to subtract 20 from the dice roll. So 33 gets 13, so that's going to have no effect. Just want to hit, there we go. Spot small arms fire. Alrighty. Their suppression is on. So who else over here has fire? Well, this unit has a fire command. I don't know if it has a target, actually. I don't think it can fire at that hex right there, because I think it's blocked by the building hex. Let's check it out. Yep, blocked by the building. Oh yeah, this unit right here, straight ahead of it. All right. So we got 2 units. All right, they're going to try their armor piercing. They're going to try to use that heavy machine gun to somehow, maybe they can get track hit. So let's go to wheeled units. All right, what's the range? I believe the range is short range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. So that will be medium range. All right. So the penetration factor will only be 7. Maybe I can knock out a track, but that's going to be it, because I don't think I'm going to be able to penetrate. But let's see what happens with the shot. So because it's at short halt, it's going to be -4, plus it's going to be -4 for moving at medium range. So no, it's going to be -4 because of the short halt and no stabilization. And that's going to be -2 because the target's moving. So it's going to be medium range -6. It's going to be a very difficult shot. Medium range -6 is 20. So I need a 20 to hit. And I get a 100. So that's a no-go. Okay, so now I get another shot because there's 2 vehicles there and it misses. So both of these missed. So I can mark these with a fire marker. And the short halt is flipped to move. Okay, so who else now do we have for the Soviets here? Oh yeah, we have some fire. So first of all, we have these 2 units. Didn't I give them a fire command? I thought I gave them a fire command. I must have moved it by mistake. So they did have a fire command. They're going to fire back at the units that fired at them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe they also have short range. Okay. Yep, no point blank range. Excellent. Stabilization is 3. They have very slight stabilization, but they're not moving anyway, so stabilization doesn't affect. So they also have point blank range, and the firing units aren't in cover. Plus, they get +1 for their size. So it's going to be point blank range, +1, 99 to hit. They're probably each going to hit. 0.9, that's track hit. Damage track hit. And this firing on the second one. 96. Okay, so now we have to see where it hits. That's a very interesting result. So I got 9, and I look under hit location. Hull front. That star means that if I were partial hull down, it'd bounce off, but, or it would, you know, because of the, wouldn't be able to hit. But there is a hit, hull front. So I get hull front hit. And the penetration is the penetration factor is 108. The hull front for my vehicle is, so front, hull front 48, paper thin armor. Level shot, so the result was a 6, second digit is a 6. So that's a knockout. So successful firing by the Soviets. And I can move these. Fired. I mean, yeah. Spot fired. Yep. And this unit right here. Oh yeah, I gotta move that back. I get that spot moved, and it should be spot fired. Here. All right, there we go. So we have a couple more units with fire markers right here. Now, because they fired, that can trigger Overwatch fire. So these two can fire. Right? They can do Overwatch fire if we want. So I'm going to check the range to that. So overwatching units can fire during the movement and fire phase whenever an opposing team's unit fires or moves. Let's take a look at that range. 16, 17, 19. So that's all medium range. Any of these I'm shooting at, but I do want to take Overwatch fire against this second vehicle. The reason being is they'll have to contend with brew up smoke if I try firing over here. So I'm going to have 2 shots at medium range, light cover, Overwatch fire. Medium range. Target's not moving. Target's in light cover -1. Overwatch fire -1. There's no Overwatch adjust because it didn't change. It didn't change its combat arc. So it's going to be -2. So it's going to be medium range -2. So I need a 40 to hit. Miss. And the second vehicle is going to miss. Okay. So both these vehicles missed. And that is the end. So they can't do Overwatch fire anymore. That was their Overwatch fire shots. So the only shots we have left are all of these units right there. And they're going to have to largely contend with brew up smoke. They're going to be firing right out of it. So what do we got over here? How do I separate these? How about these 4 units? So I got 3 units over here. Who can we see? those units in the alleys. I got that unit right there. I also have them too. No, those are Soviets. I don't want to fire against them. But I got them right there. So I'm going to fire GP armor against them. And I'm just going to use this unit. So that way I avoid the brew up smoke hex. And I fire again. Then I have a chance to actually have a tank fire GP armor. So I'm adding GP armor to the mix now. So that's going to be point blank range. And that'll be 8. Point blank range 8. And unit is in light cover. So you look at right here, Americans in light cover. The Soviets, no, they're the Americans. American leg units go down to the bottom, light cover, so it's 4. So it's 8 to 4 so far. Now we gotta see if there are any GP modifiers. Not doing a target leg, not over a wall, not railroad track, short haul, no penalties on the shooter. All right, so it's going to be an 8 to 4 roll with no modifier. So now we go with the GP shot, and we get this black 8 over here. 8 to 4, right there. 36 and 68 are the numbers. We get 27, so 27 is less than 36, so no effect. Okay, excellent. Oops. So I can't fire it at that unit anymore because you have to announce all fires at a particular target before you fire at it. But now I have 2 units over here who are firing out of brew up smoke. Okay, so what targets do we got? I can fire at them. So I can fire any one of them, or 2 of them. Or I can fire at them. So what's more valuable here? Taking out the soft targets or the hard targets? I'm going to try taking out the soft targets. And I'm going to shoot 1 shot over here against that M113, and the other one Soviet vehicle is going to fire against one of these M13s over here. Since I wouldn't know which one of these has the units, I'm going to just choose one at random. So I'm going to take the easy shot first. So this is point blank range. Right. Front side, point blank range, front side, no modifiers. Oh, target moving -2. Okay. Oh, minus brew up smoke. So no target size. Target is moving -2. No cover. Brew up smoke -2, so it's -4. Point blank range -4 is 54, and you have 54 to hit. 50. All right, so it does hit. And what is its hit location? So it's going front and side, I believe. So it hit the front side aspect. Yep. So we go front side -5. So it's going to be 5. So hull front. So it's a hull front hit. And now we just compare the armor. Oops. So it's 108 is the penetration, and hull front armor for that wheel vehicle is front side hull front 4. Yep. So it has an effect. And 5 is a knockout for my track. Yep, 5 is knocked out. So it knocked out that armored personnel carrier. Now, I have to check to see if the crew, if the unit that I was carrying is able to bail out. Okay. No, that's the tank, right? Yeah. So that's knocked out. Now, I have to see if the crew survives. Bailout, knocked out. Transport unit eliminated if bailout fails. It's a leg unit, so I have to get 21 or greater. So I have to get greater than 21. Roll. And I got 86. So I want to double check something because there's a plus there and there's a minus. Okay, yep. So that unit actually is able to bail out, but they will be suppressed for this turn. Excellent. So we'll move him back onto there. And that unit goes on top, but their status is going to be suppressed. Okay, cool. And they're still under a move marker, I believe. Okay, so let's see. So now the second vehicle is going to fire into here. And I want to fire, yeah, same deal. It's going to go front side. The only difference is it's going to be in an alleyway, so it's going to be a -1 modifier. And what size target? It's actually a small target too. So I got to add that into effect. No problem. So target is moving. I believe that target. No, target was not moving. Target's in light cover -1. Brew up smoke -2, so it's -3. And target size -1, so it's -4. So it's point blank range -4. It's going to need 54 to hit. And it gets 81, so it misses. All right, so that's it for the fire phase. I have to mark these units over here. Spot fire. Okay, so that's it for the fire phase. Now we have the movement phase, and since the Americans fired first, the Soviets move first. So this unit is going to pull right over there. And this unit, what are these two units going to do? Oh boy. So there's a lot of armor. All right. They have to move as a group, but as long as they end up within 1 hex of each other. So it's gonna turn 1. So that's 1, 2. Oops. 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And that other vehicle right there. Okay. Oops. Okay, so turned. One free turn plus another turn, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, 3. 4, 5, 6. And free turn is 7. So they moved. And I'm going to use them to bring hopefully fire on these guys right there. And I move 1. I had 2 there. Where's the second one? Where did I put the second one? Did I delete it? I think I deleted it. Oh, no, I moved into the city. Okay. So they move. The last units I have to move for the Soviet skis are going to be these guys right here. Okay. 7 cross country. 1, 2, 3. I don't want to get too close to them, but 3 and stop. Turn left. 1, 2, 3. Four. And I want to stop there, probably. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to stop right there. Neat. Okay, so that's it for the Soviets. Now for the Amerikanskis. Who else has a move? So these guys have a movement command. Cross country for these M60s is 5. 1, 2, 3. Oops. 4, 5. And these units. One. No, I want to turn. Need that little star to be right front. There you go. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. Who else do we have? The Americans. This unit was at short halt. Did have a short halt. I can remember that. I'm just gonna leave them there anyways. So this unit, I want to move this unit into this hex and do some close assaults. But first things first, I'm gonna go over here. Turn that right there. And that's the only movement I'm going to do over here. Change that to spot move. Now, let's zoom in. We have some close combat. I gotta see how that works. So I have this unit right here that wants to do this close combat with this unit right here. So I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, so close assault and hand. It's supposed to be before the movement phase. Right. So I'm going to do this out of order, but I'm going to do this close assault right here. But normally it would have been done before anybody started moving. I don't think that would have made much of a difference anyways. So this is going to close assault that. So this is going to be a straight up dice roll. So I'm rolling for the attackers 10. I'm rolling for the defenders 80. So the defenders had a higher die roll result. So that eliminates, right click delete. So that reduces that to a half squad. Now we got to attack again, only this time there's a modifier because the additional attackers. Okay. So since the primary attacking unit is a half squad, they get 25 minus their dice roll. So they get -5 and the other one's going to win. So this unit won the close combat against this unit. Boom. Okay, so the way that worked, it's a straight up close combat's a straight up dice roll. It's modified by extra units, and there are other modifiers. If the attacking unit is only a half squad, it's modified. Their dice roll is modified by -25. I think there's a different modifier if the attacking unit is a section. The attacking unit also gets bonuses to their dice roll if they have extra squads, half squads, etc. And then you roll. The higher roll gets the lower roll gets reduced, and then you just continue close combat until there's only one person's units left. All right, so I believe that's it now. And that is it. These guys were in Overwatch fire. They never had a target. So I'm going to move the Overwatch. They're going to stay in full cover. I should do something with them next turn. All right, so now all suppression markers are flipped to their... Yep. If you have a suppression on, it's flipped to its suppression off. Right. I know they're not broken. I don't know why I have a broken mark on. Let's get rid of that. I have the same thing here. Yes, I don't know why on break. Because breaking is an advanced rule. I'm just not using it right now. So they're suppressed, they're on. Suppression is flipped to their off. Suppression, if they have off suppression, it's then flipped to it's removed. Units can go into full cover if they want. Well, leg units can go into full cover if they want, or remove full cover. That'd be nice if these guys, and mainly if it does affect spotting, combat, etc. Let's see. Hesitating from the broken unit grade. All right, question, do I want to move them into full cover? Let's see. Yeah, why not? I'm going to clone that. I'm going to move them into full cover. And move them into full cover. Move this unit into full cover. No, I'm gonna leave them. if I can, I'm going to move them into full cover. Right here. All right. Well, let me take a look. I don't know if suppression units can move into full cover. Just add this right here because this was a victory point hex. And that was after I adjusted these units with full cover. Move these infantry units into full cover. Spot and has other benefits in combat. As soon as you move, they leave full cover anyway. So thank you very much. It's been a very long video, but this is the first time I'm playing with all these new units.